20.
This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Family and friends of Avanti Hartle are grieving tonight. They say the 18-year-old struggled and was in care, moved from home to home. But now they're mourning the life they thought she would have. And while they plan her funeral, police have arrested a 14-year-old they say is responsible for her death. CBC's Rosanna Hempel reports.
Avanti Hartle is being remembered as someone who'd light up a room, loved by many. Close friends of the 18-year-old cried and hugged at a sacred fire held in her honor.
I really miss you, Avie.
Michelle Abraham was with Hartle the day before she died. They'd had breakfast together after a sleepover. She says Hartle then went back to her group home and messaged later saying she was going out.
Around 9:46 p.m. I said Saturday on Valentine's Day, I hope you're doing okay. And I didn't know she was gone at that point.
Winnipeg police say officers found Hartle dead in a home in the 500 block of Yonge Street on Saturday, just before 7:30 in the morning. Police didn't disclose how she died. Her biological father, David Hartle, says police told him his daughter was shot in the chest.
It's shocking, you know. It's something that no parent wants to wake up to, and it just hurts, you know. It's like she was just beginning her life.
He says his daughter is a member of Satchico Lake First Nation in Northern Ontario. She grew up in CFS care in Manitoba since she was a baby, but he saw her during visits over the years. At the last one in August, she told him she was addicted to drugs. Hartle's friends are left with many questions. Melissa Robinson is an advocate for missing and murdered Indigenous people.
I'm pretty outraged. You know, I'm really upset. I feel for this family. You know, another young life gone way too soon.
Police say a 14-year-old boy has been charged with second-degree murder and criminal negligence causing death. He remains in custody. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Families are frustrated and demanding change to Manitoba's adult abuse registry. They say it's not just failing to protect vulnerable people, but it's leaving others in the dark about alleged abusers. And as Michelle Allen reports, families say it's victimizing their loved ones all over again.
Deborah Roach advocated to create Manitoba's adult abuse registry in 2013. It lists people who it's found to have abused or neglected a vulnerable adult. She hoped it would protect people like her sister Chris, who had an intellectual disability and couldn't talk.
She was very, very vulnerable to abuse and neglect.
Now, Roach says that same registry is failing her. Chris died in 2020 after an accident at a care home. Roach says a worker didn't secure Chris's dentures properly. The hooks lodged in Chris's esophagus. She had surgery but died after being discharged from the hospital. Roach says she never got conclusive answers about how and why her sister died. She still doesn't know if the worker involved has been put on the adult abuse registry.
She was not allowed justice in the same way that you or I would have gotten justice.
CBC found multiple families who weren't notified years after the alleged abuse. A spokesperson for the Families Minister told CBC that the registry doesn't tell families whether or not the accused abuser is ultimately added to the registry.
It's important for families to know whether people have been held accountable.
Manitoba is the only province to have an adult abuse registry. Experts say it's a valuable resource when used correctly, but it's not enough alone. Other provinces regulate healthcare aides more by maintaining registries and education standards. Some publicly display investigations and discipline.
That's where it's really important that there's those safeguards, that we know the person has the right credentials so they know how to do those tasks, which are very important.
BC seniors advocate Dan Levitt says registries provide accountability. They also help professionalize a high-demand but often undervalued career. 6 years after her sister died, Roach says she doesn't know what happened to the worker who failed to glue her dentures in properly.
She could be doing this again to somebody else. to somebody else's loved one. So that's really the worst fear that I have.
Roach says she doesn't expect the Adult Abuse Registry will ever give her answers. Under current legislation, it doesn't have to. Michelle Allen, CBC News, Winnipeg.
The public inquiry into the construction of Winnipeg's police headquarters heard more testimony today from former CAO Phil Schiegel. Schiegel told the inquiry he did not take a bribe from the project contractor, contrary to what a court determined 4 years ago. CBC's Bartley Kivas joins us now. And Bartley, what did we learn today?
In his second day of testimony, Schiegel was cross-examined by City of Winnipeg lawyer Michael Finlayson. Finlayson grilled Schiegel about an Arizona land deal Schiegel said that he had with former Winnipeg Mayor Sam Cates and Armic Babakanians of Caspian Construction, the contractor, on the police HQ. A Manitoba court found in 2022 that deal was concocted to cover up a $327,000 bribe Schiegel accepted from Babakanians. Finlayson asked Schiegel if he made up the deal in 2017. That's after CBC News reported on RCMP documents that show Babakanians paid Schiegel $200,000 in 2011 and Cates $127,000 in 2012.
The city says that you drafted the document dated May 1 of 12 in 2017. It believes that this was done by you with the connivance of Mr. Cates in order to fend off potential criminal charges arising from the payments.
The city is completely wrong.
Schiegel said he did not take a bribe. Cates told the inquiry last week he's offended anyone would suggest that he did.
So Bartley, we also learned today the lengths the city had to go to get Schiegel to actually pay up.
In January, current Winnipeg CAO Joseph Dunford told City Council Schiegel paid the city $1.15 million as ordered by the court. Turns out the city had to go to the U.S. to get that money. The inquiry was told today Schiegel had no assets in Manitoba. The city had to hire a lawyer to petition Arizona Superior Court to recognize its awarded damages from Schiegel. Those damages included the return of Schiegel's city severance payment from 2013 and the bribe the Manitoba court said Schiegel accepted from Babakanians. Now, Schiegel fought the city in that Arizona court, but the city won that case in 2024. Babakanians is slated to testify at the inquiry Thursday. Brittany.
All right, thank you. That's CBC's Bartley Kivas. One of Winnipeg's oldest neighborhoods could soon have more homes and fewer industrial properties if a new plan goes ahead. The city drafted a new bylaw to help guide Point Douglas development over the next 25 years. It envisions higher density mixed-use buildings between Sutherland and Higgins Avenue and ties it to the future Eastern Rapid Transit Corridor. Councillor Vivian Santos says the community needs more housing.
Some mixed-use housing with artists that can live there if they can. It's going to have a beautiful waterfront that kind of continues on around the bend, around the point. So just some revitalization and TLC is so much needed in this community.
The Lord Selkirk West Kildonan Committee votes on the idea at its next meeting Tuesday. A Manitoban has designed the logo for the 2026 Green Shirt Day on April 7th. It commemorates the day Humboldt Broncos hockey player Logan Boulet saved 6 lives by donating his organs and tissue. He was killed in a bus crash the day before. It inspired 150,000 people to register to become donors. Toby Boulet is Logan's dad and spearheaded Green Shirt Day to honor his son. He was in Winnipeg to congratulate Candace Cernowski, who designed this year's shirt.
Candace's love of hockey, her enthusiasm to be an organ donor, coupled with her wish to honor the Bronco tragedy and Logan's gift of life, has inspired her beautiful design. A design that has the energy of a flying puck, the symbolic cross hockey sticks sporting the green shirt, the organ donation ribbon, and of course, Logan's iconic number 27.
Cernowski is a living kidney donor. All right, let's bring in Riley Lachuk, who's been keeping an eye on the weather all day and that snowstorm that we've seen more so in the west.
Yeah, for sure, Brittany. Certainly a lot worse accumulation-wise and wind-wise in western parts of the province today. I mean, the main axis of the snow slightly more west than expected throughout the day today. Not to say we didn't get some snow in Winnipeg through the day today as well, but the thing that will kind of hold us back accumulation-wise is actually the temperatures that we saw through the overnight hours, close to zero, and actually the freezing rain line slightly a little bit more northward. So perhaps not as much as expected in the Red River Valley, but we are looking at that 15 to 25 centimeters still in western parts of the province. In Winnipeg, the snowfall warning now coming to an end, but the winds have also been an issue today. And having a peek outside at some of the traffic cameras along the Trans-Canada, we've certainly seen our fair share of poor visibility and blowing snow right throughout the day today from first thing this morning, and we're going to see that continue as we get through the night tonight. Periods of light snow continuing through the night for the Red River Valley. And then we'll start to see things easing up, Brittany. I'll talk about that when I come back.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Coming up, it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Virden's fire department has outgrown its hall. More on their plans to upgrade next. Minutes are precious in an emergency and can mean the difference between life or death in some cases. And at Virden's Fire Hall, the chief says time is being wasted. Its hall is nearly 50 years old, but is about to undergo a big upgrade. CBC's Michelle McDougall reports.
but at the same time, this truck is trying to load with, so the officer's trying to get in the office.
Virden Fire Chief Corey Nixon shows how the truck's doors become a jigsaw puzzle that crews have to solve before they can jump on board. And when a call comes in, Nixon says precious time is wasted.
It's becoming unsafe for our members to get geared up and to walk in front of apparatus while they're getting on to respond. We're very tight quarters. We have to walk sideways between trucks sometimes to get into them.
Virden's volunteer fire department has outgrown its current building, constructed in the 1970s. But thanks to $3 million in funding, a 50-50 split between the town of Virden and the provincial government, the current fire hall will be renovated and a new one built beside it. Mayor Tina Williams says Virden has been saving money for years, just in case.
You don't want to have someone like the province coming along and say, we could give you money, but if you can't match it, you can't get it, right? So we kind of prepared for that.
There are also concerns about the firefighters' gear stored right next to the main fire engine's diesel exhaust pipe. And that truck is squeezed in so tight, only a few centimeters separate the front bumper and the bay door.
We actually recruited 10 of those last year. The hype of getting new equipment and safer space to work in seems to be helping with recruitment and retention for sure.
And in an area where calls consistently increase, Nixon says it's essential to provide his members with the best working conditions possible. Michelle McDougall, CBC News, Virden.
Well, some of Canada's best sled dog teams hit the ice in a race near Flin Flon last weekend. The race organizer is the son of a beloved musher. Now he hopes to carry on his family's legacy. CBC's Eric Westhaver has the story.
The green flag drops and the pups are off. The Jimmy Custer Memorial Dog Race sees racers going after both the winner's purse and continuing tradition. Custer was a longtime musher known for spreading the sport. He died in 2017. His son Wally Olson started the race to continue his legacy.
There's a couple mushers here for sure that have started mushing because of my dad. My dad was their mentor and kind of got him into the sport.
Mo Ladisser is one of those mushers. He came from rural Saskatchewan to race.
Each and every person that's at this race either has dogs that have the lineage from Jimmy or they learned something from Jimmy along the way, and it's nice for everybody to come out and support such a great race.
Dog racing has a long history in the north. Teams were used for winter travel before roads and snowmobiles. The sport was big, and northern teams were the best. It even made the Olympics once, and the gold and silver medalists were from northern Manitoba.
It became when one guy said, I can deliver supplies faster than you can. Traditionally, dog sleds were used for trapping, for a means of transportation.
Ladisser says taking care of the dogs is a full-time job, but if you take care of them, they'll take care of you.
There's a lot that goes into these dogs, and it goes both ways. We work hard for them, and they work hard for us, and in the end, it all works out.
The biggest race of the year is this week's World Championship dog race in the Paw. Some mushers use this as a tune-up while keeping a legacy running on track. Eric Westhaver, CBC News, Denair Beach.
Team Canada's Olympic curlers found themselves at the center of a controversy last weekend, accused of double-touching the rock in a match against Sweden, an allegation that's rocked the curling world. So we sent CBC's Jim Agapito to see what some local curlers think of all the fuss.
I haven't done it once. You can.
You haven't done it once?
I haven't done it once.
Okay, I'll show you a video after the game.
I think they should have let it go. It didn't affect the path of the rock. And did he touch it? He might have touched it, but I don't think they should have called it.
Well, I didn't see when it happened. No, I did not, but I did see the replay. Well, obviously he did touch the rock. So, yeah, it happened.
I don't think it was of any importance, even if he touched it after the blue line, because he couldn't move the rock at all. You know, he was just one finger.
When there are rules,
you have to follow them.
If this had happened in one of your league games, what would you do?
We would not be. We wouldn't worry about it at all. It was so minimal, you wouldn't worry about it too much.
Well, we're a lot more relaxed here, and I think we would tease each other about it. But I think most people would just say, hey, you know, Jim, just watch.
We would laugh. What are you doing touching the rock after you let it go or something? We certainly wouldn't see it as something serious, no.
Well, I have to say, I wouldn't have expected the curling was going to be one of the most dramatic events at Olympics. But hey, it's out there.
You know, the hockey game was pretty dramatic this afternoon, too.
That's true, it was. Good time. You could, I mean, curling outdoors on this ice that we've been seeing out there over the last few days and now covered with snow.
Yeah, now covered with snow, and we're actually going to see things cooling down behind this, Brittany. So it'll maybe strengthen that ice up a little bit more. Let's start with satellite radar, because I want to show you the picture south of the border here. This is this area of low pressure spinning through parts of Minnesota right now, pushing eastward into the northern Great Lakes. And this is what's responsible for pushing some of this snow up into the Prairie provinces. This all originating back in Montana yesterday. So it has been somewhat of a quick mover, although this will have a bit of a lasting impact as we get through at least the night tonight, but certainly into parts of northwestern Ontario and eastern Manitoba, even I think into Friday morning, some flurries possible still. So the system continues to push north and east as we get through the night. Tonight we'll still see some periods of light snow in the Red River Valley, but again, the main axis of this snow shifted slightly west throughout the day today. So looking at that enhanced accumulation, we'll run some of the numbers of what's still to come in parts of the province in just a moment. But as we get into the morning hours on Thursday, still some light snow through Grand Rapids, the Pas, Flin Flon, Barons River, Poplar River, likely getting some of that first thing in the morning. Then as we push forward into Friday, you'll see some of this pushing back westward again. And this is where I think into Friday morning, we do have the chance in Winnipeg and eastward into northwestern Ontario of seeing some scattered flurries once again as the result of this, as high pressure then starts to push southward. And that should clear us out and actually cool our temperatures down once again as we get toward the weekend. So accumulation-wise, still to come, maybe another 2 to 4 centimeters in Winnipeg. I'm not sure we'll quite get to close to that 15 centimeter mark that was initially forecast just because of the temperatures and how this system changed as it pushed eastward, but certainly into parts of the west, still another 5 to 10 centimeters yet to come in parts of Westman and those higher elevations toward the parkland. All this to say that we are still looking at some winds, so we'll still be contending with some blowing snow and some poor visibility as we get into the morning commute, as we get into Thursday, looking at some of those forecast wind gusts. As we push into the morning, still looking at gusts out of the northwest now, up to 30 or 40 in parts of Westman, certainly a bit lighter at times in Winnipeg and into the Red River Valley, but we will start to see some breezy conditions in the coming days. All the result of this as these two systems kind of interact with each other, the high pressure to the west and that low pressure back to the east. So temperatures, I mean, first thing in the morning, closer to -5, -6 in Winnipeg, then things fall from there. And Brittany, we are looking at things continuing to fall down to -13 by the time we get to the weekend.
Thanks, Riley.
You're welcome.
Canada keeps racking up the medals, bringing home more gold today, plus a special ski hill appearance that has everyone talking. That's next. A banner day for Canada at the Milano Cortina Olympics. Canada now with 14 medals after 2 more trips to the podium, both in speed skating.
And Stephen Dubois will cross the line as Olympic champion!
That's Quebec's Stephen Dubois winning gold in the men's short track 500-meter race, our 4th gold of the Games. Courtney Saros secured her spot as Canada's most decorated athlete of the Olympics so far with 4 medals. Her team won bronze in the women's 3,000-meter relay. And at the hockey rink during Canada's men's team quarterfinal game against Czechia, Captain Sidney Crosby left the game after a hard hit. Then Czechia took the lead not once but twice, and it was an OT goal from Mitch Marner to send Canada to the semifinals.
Okay, I can't top that with the dog walking forecast, but I'll try. Tonight, we have the dog park friends, Timber and Peeps, and unfortunately, I don't know who sent this picture, and so if they're your pups, they're very cute. You can keep sending yours, preferably with your names, to talkback at cbc.ca, please. So looking at a few periods of snow as we get through the morning tomorrow, then we're into a mostly cloudy sky, although there is the chance, I think, as we get through the afternoon that we do see maybe a few flurries here and there. Scattered flurries taking us into the weekend, minus 13, a clearing sky into Saturday, so we'll get a bit of sun back as we get later in the day, and then we're looking at temperatures remaining below seasonal right to the middle of next week. Well, let's go back to Italy now and some rough competition on the course today. Brittany loves this story.
I do. The women's cross-country sprint free qualification event has gone to the dogs, quite literally.
We have a visitor. Maybe not a streaker, but we certainly have somebody who wants to be part of the Olympic action.
Okay, the event had a mascot this morning, and it wasn't Tina or Milo. It was a very good boy. As athletes from Croatia and Australia were finishing their qualifier, they were joined by a 4-legged friend who drew massive cheers from the crowd.
Nazgul, a 2-year-old Czechoslovakian wolf dog, wandered onto the course. The dog's owners live in Tesoro, where the race was held. The 4-legged friend was close to running ahead of the athletes before stopping to sniff the competitor from Argentina at the finish line. And there's even a photo finish.
Look at him.
This one captured as well.
Right?
Does he get a medal for that?
He should.
He's
Just
trying to
the
get a medal.
best boy.
Exactly.
I
Trying
love
to get on
it.
the dog walking forecast too.
Just wanted to be an Olympian. Don't we all?
Don't we all?
Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.